This episode of We're Going on a Beer Hunt is brought to you by Deceitful Farts.
We all fart. It's part of life and perfectly natural, but sometimes you're not sure if it's gas or a little bit more. Introducing Deceitful Farts. Deceitful farts are when you think it's an innocent toot, but it turns out there was a little poop. Don't let a deceitful fart mess up another day again. So get back to life. Get back to fun. Don't let that in your pants slow you down ever again. Change your underwear and keep on rolling. Deceitful farts. Wasn't me.
Welcome to We're Going on a Beer Hunt, where we drink one beer 3 times and we give it 1 out of 5 growlers based on presentation, first impressions, and overall review.
Really, though, that's just an excuse for us to have some fun. If you guys want to have some fun with us, click the link below to join the Grizzly Nation.
On today's episode, we're going to be reviewing a local favorite of ours right out of Rio Rancho. It is the Walter Wit by Brew Lab 101.
We're going to be talking about some ridiculous sports.
We're going to talk about some stuff that we hate.
And we're going to be doing some unnecessary censorship.
I'm Josh Waters.
I'm Jeremy Rasmussen, and we're going on a beer hunt.
Beer number 1.
Beer. Out. All right.
We got the Walter Wit. It is green. It has got the BL. Yes. It's got this. All this stuff is on the wall of the brewery, which is cool. I like the can. It's actually it's a little busy for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the busyness, actually. I'm also, I have a degree in forensic chemistry, so this kind of geeks me out a little bit. I think it's pretty cool. Don't make fun of me, prick. I really like it. Everything's canned there at the brewery. They handwrite everything's. They handwrite the title of the beer and the percent of alcohol, which is 4.8%. In this one, it's a 16-ounce can. And is that the expiration date, or is that the date it was made?
Probably the date it was canned.
I think it's the date it was canned, which is 3/13. A little bit about this brewery. They, like you said, they're local to Rio Rancho. One of our favorites. They go off of the show Breaking Bad. I'm not sure if you guys know it. You probably do. It's probably like one of your favorites.
Everyone knows Breaking Bad.
It's a great brewery. They are always doing things. They got something going on every night. It's always a good time. They had a dunking contest where you could throw a ball at a dunking. What's that called?
Owner.
Yeah, you could dunk the owner, and it's just they just do a good job getting people involved, and it's always a good time. They always have really good food trucks out there, and if you're looking for a good brewery vibe, that's a allowed.
All right, well, I like it. Like I said, it's a little busy for me. I'm gonna give it. I do love the dark green though. Dark green's my thing, so I'm gonna go with a 4.
I like it. I think it's a 5. It's got the chalkboard. It's got the science. What is this thing called? It's got the hop cone. It's got the hop cone. I really like it. I think it's a pretty cool can.
All right. All right, so we are going to talk about some weird sports.
Yeah.
Or some silly or dumb
Silly,
sports.
ridiculous. One of them's even kind of gross. Weird. So the first one, and I'm going to say it slowly so that way you guys actually hear me when I say it. Combat juggling. And when I say combat, what do you picture when I say combat juggling?
Combat juggling. I like juggling. Like what initially comes to mind is juggling like with weapons and like throwing them at each other.
And nope, it's actually not as cool as that. No, it's not as cool as that at all.
Felt like
it's not as cool as that.
Okay, so let's see. Well, why don't you give
let's just watch.
All right, let's
watch the intro of what combat juggling is.
Combat juggling. Okay. Oh man, this is like official. They have their own
intro
and
dude.
Everything.
It almost gives you like the movie Dodgeball-esque like vibes.
19 parallel scores with Lauga in the middle. Lauga grabbing for Schmeisner's glove, not able to get it. Schmeisner sliding in with the right hand and loses one of his own as Lauga goes down to a knee and stays in for parallel.
Sumo.
There. What a play by Joe Showers. Aggressive move up the court by Joe Showers. Lauga Benjaminson waiting on defense. He has been defensive force today for team parallels. And here comes Schmeisser with plenty of room cleared. Benjaminson with a last.
Look, I'm not trying to take anything away from this.
Let's pause it for a second.
It's just silly.
It is.
It's just so silly.
I've got to say, it's impressive that they're able to juggle and like focus on many other things. But
for sure. Yeah.
This is silly that like this is what these people spend their time like doing professionally. Do they get paid for this?
I mean, they're winning tournaments. They probably are sponsored. So yeah, I would say so.
I think it's a silly sport.
I think it's a little ridiculous.
Let's dig a little more into it.
I want to know how you become a ref. How do you become a ref of comp? Ooh, damn.
Jeez.
Yeah, that would hurt. Are those plastic? For sure they're plastic,
They gotta
right?
be, right? They're not like bowling pins.
Yeah, I think they need to get a little more dangerous with this. I think they need to make them like heavy wood.
Yeah, this is also like in what looks to be like, it's probably not a gym. It's probably like the conference room. Like
the conference room?
It's in like the ballroom of like the hotel, like where you would have like a conference.
Wild.
Okay, so
wild.
That was I gotta say, a silly sport. Combat juggling must have been one of the sillier.
We got to talk about, I think, how this came apart. What's the word? How this came to be. I think that these guys just didn't have it in them to play like a real contact sport.
But they're really good jugglers.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a weird. I wouldn't watch it. Would you go watch it?
Yeah.
You would?
Drunk.
Would you pay to watch it? Would you pay money? How much would you pay? Let's go with that. How much would you pay?
Do I have all day access? Like, can I watch multiple games?
It's like one game. It's like a big rivalry.
I'm not playing $20. I'll pay.
How much would you pay?
I'll pay $20 to go watch like a tournament.
Okay.
And it gets me in there, food and some drinks.
Okay, $20 for the tournament.
It's got to be like an all-inclusive deal for sure. For sure.
Food and drinks in the $20.
At least a free meal. At least a free meal.
So they're basically paying you.
At least a free meal. Yeah, you're damn right.
They're paying you. All right. So we got another.
They're getting exposure through us right now.
Yeah, they are. Combat juggling.
Yeah.
Tag your friends.
So what we got next?
We got underwater hockey. So I actually found this one. I saw this one in that Chris Hemsworth documentary.
It's called Limitless.
Limitless. It was really, really good, actually. Good job. Again, it doesn't seem like it's easy. It's got to be challenging.
Yeah.
However,
juggling is challenging. I can't juggle.
However, the segment is not called simple sports. It's called silly sports.
Simple,
ridiculous
sports.
They're not simple necessarily. They're not easy to do. So if you do underwater juggling...
juggling?
That's impressive.
Actually, I think I could do underwater juggling.
So if you do that when I was younger. If you do underwater hockey or whatever, any other thing we talk about, and you are getting offended, stop it.
Stop it.
But I don't. All right, so we got underwater hockey. This isn't really explaining the rules. I imagine it's like regular hockey.
Yeah, this doesn't.
Kind of.
Actually, it might actually explain the rules.
All right. Well,
why is
watch.
there no sound?
There's a little bit of sound. This is underwater hockey. This is underwater hockey. So they got little hooks, and they're pushing around like a tiny it looks like kind of like an orange and metal hockey puck, but they have tiny little hooks. The court. So the court is a swimming pool, obviously, and it could be any public pool. It says, or any pool, I'm assuming. 21 to 24
field.
meters. It's a Olympic-sized swimming pool. Basically. Key words. The key words of the sport are
apnea, lactics, technique, and speed.
I'm going to say there's no keywords because they're underwater. And you can't speak underwater.
How do you call for the ball or the puck?
So they do wear fins. They do have pucks. Okay, so they do have fins, so they can move around probably pretty quickly with the fins, which is cool. The gear. They got glove. Oh, they do have a protective glove because of their weird little hockey stick thing. They've got a cap, a mask, and a puck and a stick. Okay. All right, the rules. We're getting into this. There's 10 players on each team.
Six
on each side.
Is it a court?
I guess. The pool, I believe it'd just be called the pool. There's different lineups as of any sport.
Yeah. This is very
There's
detailed.
4 referees, 3 underwater, 1 above the water.
4 referees?
Wow. Because they can't be underwater at all times. They must take shifts.
All right. Hold your breath for 5 minutes.
Your shift is not up yet.
The ref's all passed out. Like you.
Ref, blatant foul. Blatant foul, ref.
Oh, shit, the ref's drowning.
Do they have lifeguards?
I would think
or
so.
Is it ref/lifeguard?
I would hope not.
You'd think they would be all right. Okay, so a little back history on underwater hockey started in 1956 in the UK, of course, you silly. 54, sorry, my
Jesus
bad.
Christ.
1954 in the UK, you silly Europeans starting silly stuff. This is what happens, Europeans, when you have too much time on your hands. You create these silly ass sports.
Look at those dope goggles from back in the day, though. Those are the
They
shit.
should still wear those dope goggles.
Those are the shit, dude. I think that they should bring those back into the Olympics.
Yeah. They should. But these guys were doing it in like scuba gear. That's way cooler. They should still do it in scuba gear. Like if it's down at the bottom of like the ocean.
I got a way to make it better. It's at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Or it's just in the middle of the ocean and they have to keep it up, not let it sink.
Okay, I got something else silly. Have you tried to watch somebody underwater from outside the water? It's all distorted.
Yeah.
Like from a stand.
Yeah, so from the fan's standpoint?
Do they have the camera? Are they just watching the screen and like they've got a camera
probably.
underwater? Otherwise, they're just watching people like splash around.
What would you go watch? What would you rather go see?
What would I go watch?
Yeah. You heard me. Right?
I would rather go see out of the 2 so far.
Yeah.
The juggling. I'd rather go see combat juggling. So
for sure.
So far, our silly ass sports is combat juggling.
Combat juggling. You're the top dog.
You are the wiener so far. All right. So this one. Wait a minute. Before we get to this third one, I think we have a dad jokes. My dad joke of the episode. All right, Dad. Take it away.
Hey, Josh.
Yes, Dad.
Trying to start my own professional hide-and-seek team. But it turns out good players are hard to find.
Are they just always hiding?
I guess so. And that was dad jokes.
Thank you, Scott Waters. My father-in-law.
Thank you, Scott Waters. That was a good dad joke.
That's actually a legitimate thing because you've seen an extreme tag.
Yeah.
That
extreme hide and seek is that
extreme hide and seek.
And you know what? I applaud his effort in making it like on point for
yeah, it just happened to be
the silly ass sports too.
I want to play professional hide and go seek.
Our final and last silly ridiculous sport is toe wrestling. Gross.
I told you it was gross.
Why is that a thing?
I don't know. It's
all right. It's jaw gaps. All right, toe wrestling.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Okay, here we go.
By the way,
this guy's big though. All right, let's see. Is he have nimble feet?
He's big.
Everything.
That guy's big too.
The thrill of victory and the agony of the feet.
3, 2, gross! Don't touch his nasty feet.
Look how gross it looks. Intertwined toes are just gross looking.
Toe wrestling has been around since the 1970s. It's similar to arm wrestling.
Jeez.
Toe wrestlers intertwine their toes and try to
These people growing up in the 70s are just getting high and playing toe wrestling.
Question. If you have like toe fungus, does that count as like
I think you should be disqualified.
Do you have do they check you?
Yeah, I think
like
they should. Yeah, because I think you get tested for different shit like to box and to play in the UFC.
So, steroids and toe fungi.
Yeah. You can't be on steroids and you can't have the athlete's foot.
Just dripped beer all down the front of my shirt. I'm a mess. Oh boy. But all right, so let's continue watching this.
We gotta learn
stuff.
This year's men's winner, as any toe wrestling fan would have guessed, was
any toe wrestling fan.
who took home his 16th championship.
Ugh. Hang on.
Nash
I'm going to go back.
Guest was Alan Nasty Nash, who took home his
That's why he wins. He's got nasty toe fungus.
Oh my
Nasty
gosh.
Nash. Get out of here.
Was it Alan?
championship.
Alan Nasty
Nash was
Nash.
kind of gracious in victory, saying of opponents
What's the
Ben
flag?
Woodruff,
He's getting better. The kid's coming on. Couple of years, he might be good enough.
Of course they're European again.
In the
That
women's
sounded
division,
Australian
Lisa
to me.
Twinkletoes
But we
Shenton
all know
prevailed.
Australia's not a real place.
Yeah, Australia doesn't exist.
Nice footwork, Lisa.
There's no room for Australia on the
And
flat
rest
Earth,
assured,
right, Josh?
These athletes' feet
Yeah,
are
Earth's a
screened
cube.
for athletes' foot.
That'd be way cooler.
Elsewhere in
Oh.
England, a cheese rolling competition.
All right.
You're
saw
right, it's in
racers
England.
Running down a hill after
The
wheels
cheese,
of
this
cheese.
one's a
Some
thing. I've
tumble
seen
down
this,
the
wheels of
grassy
cheese.
ramble in
Is that
pursuit
just
of
the,
double
whoever you got to be the
lobster
fastest to get?
No,
which
no, no.
was the
Literally,
thing.
they roll a wheel
The
of
occasion
cheese down
was,
the
of
hill, and people
course,
chase
the
it down this
Cooper's Hill
super
cheese
steep
rolling
hill
in weight.
and just like eat.
It's an age-old event. Here's a shot
Do
of
you
the
get it? Like if you
1935
catch it, you get it?
competition. And here's the
I have-
1941 winner.
No idea.
1941 winner.
Winner, the wiener.
Let's do that. Let's go find a hill and just chase a
Just
ball of cheese.
Chase a thing.
a
Of
wheel of
cheese down
cheese,
it.
yeah.
Big ol' wheel of cheese.
Big old wheel of cheese.
Down a big hill. It would not be as pleasant here because they have like grassy hills there. We'd
Yeah.
have to go somewhere else. Here it'd be all like stickers and weeds and sand. We get stuck in the sand. half the
Yeah,
time.
you
It
can't
wouldn't
play
roll.
that
It
game
wouldn't be as
here.
much fun.
You're getting stickers. I think some people call them prickers. I don't know.
No one calls it. Well, they call it
Some
something.
people call it prickers. We call them stickers here in the good old ABQ.
Comment what you call
stickers.
stickers.
We're gonna have to. Here's a picture of what we call a sticker.
It's technically a goat head, is what we have here.
I
goat
call them
heads.
stickers.
I know, but stickers I feel like is like a overall name. Goat head is like a specific one. Anyways,
All of them, regardless.
let's beer number 2.
Deuce. Beer number 2. Let's do it.
This is a light colored beer.
It is. It's almost like
Well, it's a wit, right?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
wit beer,
Yeah,
which I think the
white.
no is I don't think it's a white. I think it's a wit. I think that's a different kind of beer. Wit.
I don't know.
But-
I do like the can. I think it's cool.
I like the can.
I really like the drawing of the hop cone. I think
It's
that is
very
is
much-
f***ing cool.
It's very like it's easy to drink. It's
Yes.
nice and smooth. You could drink it on a warm summery day.
It's
Smells
not
good.
heavy. It's not heavy. I actually think it's getting. Ooh,
It's easy to drink. It's not too
it
hoppy.
tastes different now because this was brewed. This was canned today.
Oh wow! So this is fresh.
Yeah, it actually
I-
tastes different.
yeah.
It tastes better. It tastes much better. It's almost like we're drinking it on tap.
It is a very like when you think of like beer. This is kind of what I feel like.
It's on the light, like it's on the somewhat spectrum of an IPA without, with like, this is
Yeah.
like a person's like potential introduction into a
I
IPA
don't know
without.
if I'd call it an IPA. It's not. It doesn't. I don't really taste a lot of hop in it.
No, it's
I
not.
think it's closer to like a I don't know, like a lager, like a light lager. But it's probably a wit. So if you know what a wit is,
I don't know what a wit is,
I'm gonna give it
but it's good.
on taste. Personally, I like more bitter in my beer, a little more kick. I'm gonna go with a 3 on this one.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a 4. I enjoy it, honestly. It is a good summer beer for me. It's a good, like, just sitting, chilling. It coming in 16 ounces ain't bad. I mean, these are cans, so. But I like it much, much better on tap. Well, it's basically on tap. It's not on tap, but
close as you
it's
can get
it's pretty close, and it's pretty
actually on
good, man. I like it.
Oh, you got 5-4. What's our next topic?
Our next topic is things that we hate.
Things that we hate.
What comes off the top of your head
why
first?
don't you explain that to the listeners so they can be specific? Because there's lots of things that people hate or dislike.
I don't really know how to explain it. It's things that we hate.
You don't know how to explain the topic that you came up with?
No, it's because it's like it's too vague to explain. Some people might say that they hate that we burp like that.
Solid 2. No, actually, all our fans love burps.
Give me. That was
All right,
that was at least a 3.5.
Three. Fine. I'll give you a 3. 3 for
All
effort.
right, I'll give you an example.
All right, give us an example of something you hate.
And this is instant. Like, I'm pissed off immediately. Okay. A bug flies in my fucking ear. Bro.
Yep.
That will piss me off so fast. And I'm not pissed at, like, I'm pissed at the bug, and I'm pissed that it happened. I want to lose my so bad. I want to just start fist pumping at the bug and try and find it. It just drives me nuts. Punching it, dickheads. I don't want to start dancing. Dude, it pisses me off. I don't know what it is. As soon as the noise, the vibration in your ear, you're sitting there trying to have a conversation. It's like, I'm getting pissed thinking about it, dude.
They're attracted to your ears too for some reason. They like it.
Yeah, they find your orifices. Sometimes you get them in your nose.
Yep.
Dude, it pisses me off immediately, man. Like, you're just sitting there enjoying a good burger or a good beer at the Brew Lab 101 and
Okay, I got one. All right, I got one.
That's what pisses me off real bad, quick.
Ticking noises or like constant noises, like a clock, like a ticking of a clock, or like if something is just anything that just makes, like, I can do fans or like air conditioners, heaters.
So if it's continuous, but if it like stops and goes,
and
goes,
like a ticking of a clock or like a dripping of
what
a
if I'm
sink.
Sitting there tapping my foot?
Oh, yeah, eventually it'll drive me nuts.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't tap your feet like when you listen to music and shit?
Sometimes, no, yeah, but if it doesn't bother me when I do it. But like if there's,
it doesn't bother me when I do it. Hypocrite.
I got a funny story about this one.
Oh God!
So
Here we go.
Here we go. I was sleeping over at my grandparents' house as for whatever it was
yesterday.
Whatever.
You had a sleepover.
No, shut up. Shut up. No, it was when my grandma was sick and we were all spending a lot of time there.
Okay.
So we were all sleeping there. I'm sleeping in the living room and my grandpa had this clock and it was like just a cheap clock and just tick, tick, tick. So I took it down and I took the batteries out. He wasn't using it. It was in a bedroom. And then the next day, tick, tick, tick. So
wait, it continued working?
No, he put it back.
Oh, he went and found new batteries and put them back in?
He put it back up, and I kept taking it down, putting it in the other room, taking it down, and eventually I just lost it. I went to bed, and I hear, tick, 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 and I just grabbed it, and I stomped it.
Smash it?
I stomped the out of it.
Yes!
It was like a clock that he got, full disclosure, clock that he got like free from the casino. And my grandpa was a bit of a so.
You know, your grandpa was like almost Jewish with how cheap.
Whoa.
With how cheap he was and with like.
There goes our chance of ever getting on TV.
No, it's one of two ways. You attack the Jews and they like it and think it's funny and you get rich and famous off it, or they're not. They're going to kill me.
Jewish people. No, now we're getting off topic.
Sorry.
Or maybe we're not. Maybe Jeremy hates Jewish people.
I don't hate Jewish people. I have a Jew nose.
No. I've heard why why they're like why Jewish people are thriftier.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of hardships.
Yeah.
Over their whole they've had lots. It's historical.
Yeah.
So they've
like every culture.
Yeah, they've learned to save. They got to watch out.
Yeah. That's why they own Hollywood.
Yeah, that's why they're there, and they tend right now they have higher IQs than the average American,
and
which is cool.
Illuminati.
Anyways,
probably.
But we're all part of the Illuminati.
No, that's the Matrix. Damn it, Josh.
What are they?
Get it right.
Besides Jewish people, what else do you hate? Now I have to take that whole.
I don't hate Jewish people. You don't have to take it out. Just leave it. It's fine. I am a road rager. If you are not pressing the gas pedal, if you're not following the flow of traffic, so, unfortunately, a lot of old people catch the wrath of me cussing and yelling at them. Well, they don't hear it, but I get there. Pretty quick. These little things that might not bother other people, they bother me, and I get to 0 to 10 real fucking fast.
And my next one is also going to be not road rage, but part of the road. When people slow down before they get into the turning lane.
Or they stop in like mid-turn.
In the turning lane, then brake. Also, when I have my blinker on.
Yeah.
And this is to the guy in the red car that flipped me off yesterday. When I have my blinker on, I'm not asking if I can get over.
I'm letting you know.
It's a warning. That's why it's yellow.
Yeah.
It's warning you that I'm coming. And I'm one of those people that my blinker's on. If I'm not going to smash into you, if you're not going to slow down, I'm coming. I'm not letting you know. I'm not asking. I'm telling you, here it comes. It's a warning.
I agree because people are assholes nowadays, and they just speed up.
Yeah. Especially here, it's like you're giving away your game plan, so people don't use their blinkers.
It's nuts, dude. And it's like if we get in front of them, they're gonna lose their mind that they're that much like later.
Yeah, and they're not.
Well, then you suck at life, and you should leave a little bit earlier. If you're one car and getting in front of you throws off your whole morning, you suck. Yeah. You're the asshole.
I got another car one.
Okay, here we go.
When we're merging, when there's traffic and there's a lane that ends.
Merging.
If you're coming onto the freeway, use the whole lane. Everyone use the whole lane.
I agree.
Then zipper. Yep. And if you're one of those people that sits in the middle of both lanes because you don't want people to pass you,
you're
you.
Kindly off and get off the road. You piece of
Stop it.
So clearly we are very aligned in the way that we drive.
Yeah. Yep. All right. What other things do you hate besides road things?
I'm a hangry person. You know this.
Straight up.
I'm hangry. I get quite hangry, and I assume I actually have a story about this, and my sister Julia will love this. Her and my cousin, or our neighbor Rebecca, they used to pick on me, and because they're both older than me, they purposefully would make me mad. And I didn't know this until I was older, and I feel like Julia actually just told me this. But they would purposefully make me mad, and then basically like bet or guess how long it takes me to come back out with like a Pop-Tart or a zebra cake or something.
Hang on.
Because I would just go inside and be all pissed off for a second, and then I would come back out with like my cinnamon Pop-Tart or my zebra cake, and then I'd be okay again.
So what you're saying is I just need to keep snacks in like next to the couch?
Yeah, I'm a child.
So when you get pissy, I just give you a snack?
Yeah, I'm a child. Ugh. I would say that the only time that doesn't fix the issue is like whiskey. That's probably the only time that doesn't actually solve the issue. So yeah, I'm a hangry person, and I have a second kind of story, and Julianne brought this up when we were talking about this segment. And I thought we were late for my niece's senior night for her wrestling. And I was furious because I didn't want to be late, but we needed to go. But I was furious because I didn't get to eat. We were supposed to stop and get food, and I didn't have time. And I was super duper upset and being a crybaby. I'll be honest. Yep. Julianne will attest. I was being a big old crybaby. So my two of the things that pissed me off the most, road rage and being hangry, mixed that night, and I was not like the happiest person. So that's one of mine for sure.
One of my big ones, like personal big ones that I just lose my freaking mind is when I can't find things. If I lose something, I will tear things, like I'll break other things because I can't find what I'm looking for, and I lose my mind. And then inevitably, almost every single time,
your wife finds it.
Well, women can find things because their uterus is like a tracking device. It finds things with echolocation. And that's science. I have a story about this.
You did. They're like the whale from Finding Dory.
I have a story.
You did not.
I have a story for this one. So
oh my gosh.
I played lacrosse in high school. We were at this massive park in high school, just messing around with our friends. I put my car keys down, and then we were just messing around. We lost track of time. It got dark. I couldn't find my car keys in the grass. All I had with me was keys.
Yeah.
So there was just, and I don't carry like keys. I carry
the key.
And that is all. I've got like maybe like a small keychain on it, and I could not find it. So there was 7 or 8 dudes scouring this field with our phone, with our like, flashlights, and somebody went and got other lights.
Yeah, because phones didn't have lights then, did they?
So somebody like went. We went to my buddy's house. We got flashlights. We're scouring. We're looking for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. We're looking for this, and so what? Eventually, we're all everyone's pissed at me, of course, and I can't find something, so I'm losing my freaking mind that I can't find my car keys.
And not only like you're pissed because not only can you not find these things, but you've got
other
dudes
all my
that
friends
are just
looking,
trying to go home after a
and
game
it's
or
dark
practice.
And we're tired. We're just messing around. My buddy's girlfriend comes because she's like irritated, and she comes to.
She was one of those ones. What's taking you so long? I'm gonna come make sure you're not cheating on me.
Hours. So she comes. She lived right around the corner. So she walks onto the field, and within the amount of time it takes her to walk from her car onto the field, is this them? She finds them. Just walking past them.
How long was she there?
That's it.
She walked onto the field and just saw them.
And there's no way it could have been like she was being a jerk and like hid them, because she wasn't there.
Right.
She just showed up to help.
Well,
it's because of the uterus. Uteri is the singular.
Echolocation.
Uteri is the
they just go.
Uteri is the plural, I believe, or the singular.
Does it get stronger after kids?
I don't know.
Well, that is a scientific hypothesis that we are going to have to explore and figure out.
It's a scientific show,
I'm just going to start hiding shit and seeing if Julianne can find it.
This is a science show,
we
guys.
Will figure this out.
All right, so I'm done with this. Let's go on to beer number 3. Three. All right, beer number 3. So the next segment is So the third and final segment is unnecessary censorship. If you don't know what it is, basically, I have edited some. This week is sitcoms, because we're going to renew this one because I think it's funny. I think, and that's the main reason I bleep out when we curse on this show, because I think when cursing is bleeped out, it's funnier than the actual curse words.
Leaves it up to the imagination.
It makes it so much funnier. It does. I love it. So I thought of this idea. I Googled it, and other people have already done it, but there's no such thing as original idea anymore. But I made some out of 2 of my favorite sitcoms,
which are
The Office and Friends.
Yes.
So
Seinfeld's not on here. Fuck yeah.
I also love Seinfeld. I am a big sitcom guy. We'll get into that later. But so we're gonna watch some unnecessary. Jeremy has never seen this. Seinfeld. I went through and I bleeped just different words, and hopefully it's funny. All right, so let's watch some unnecessary censored.
So I can already tell from the beginning of this. This is Joey. He's got all of Chandler's clothing on because. Joey stole the essence of the chair.
Chandler
got up to get dressed, and Joey sat down.
And Chandler stole the essence, which was the cushion.
No, Joey stole the essence.
Joey stole the essence
of the cushion.
Was the
chair, which was the
and cushion. Chandler took his underwear.
That's right.
And he didn't have
all of his underwear. That's right.
All is one. He had one pair.
So he's not going to go commando in another man's fatigues.
And so
show too long.
Okay, boy, there it is.
Okay,
you
boy.
My clothes, I'm everything you own. Oh my! That is so not the opposite of taking somebody's underwear.
We still have a minute and a half left to go. We're down by 2 points, okay? 2 points, ladies.
Phoebe, you do a button hook again. Rachel, you go.
No, come on, don't make me go me. They never cover me.
Honey,
I'm picturing deep.
reason.
Rachel, you go deep. I like
You know, Rachel, funny thing. Actually, the end zone starts at that pole, so you're short, so we win.
You know, like, it's fun. Like, this is funny because we know what's being said.
Yeah.
But, like, this probably isn't funny to somebody that's probably never seen the show.
It's still funny.
They're probably like, what the did he say?
It's still funny. They just leave it up to the imagination.
Though. If nobody f***ed Rachel, then isn't the still going?
Oh, that's a good one. If nobody Rachel. Oh, the leather pants episode.
Leather pants.
This is gonna be good.
That was just the on the
What? What could that even be?
Hey, do you mind if I use your bathroom?
Oh, go ahead.
Thanks.
God, here we go.
My favorite part's coming up.
Oh God, this is a good scenario where any amount of cussing could happen.
Yeah.
You can bleep out almost his entire time in that
Joey,
restroom.
it's Ross. I need some help.
Listen to
Chandler's not here.
Well, you can help me.
Okay.
Listen, I'm in Elizabeth's bathroom.
Nice.
There you go, Joey.
No, I got really hot in my leather pants, so I took them off, but they must have shrunk from the sweat or something, or my expanded from the heat.
My balls expanded for sure.
Get them back on, Joey. I can't.
Oh, that is quite a situation. Do you see any, like, powder?
Powder, yeah, I have powder.
Good, okay. Sprinkle some of that on your it'll absorb some of the moisture, and then you can get your pants back on.
Come on.
Oh, pivot. Here we go.
All right, okay.
Here we go.
Go.
I just
All
said
right,
that.
ready? Yeah. Turn. Okay. Turn.
I don't think we can turn anymore.
I just don't think it's gonna fit.
Yeah, Will, come on, up. Yes. Here we go.
I see what you're gonna do. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can see that coming.
Okay, I don't think it's gonna anymore.
You think?
Hey, you guys. Is Monica here?
No.
All right, listen. I just bought something. I'm not sure she's gonna like it.
Oh, the
and
cat.
It's gonna seem a little crazy.
Oh,
but
I
this is
can
something
already
I've
tell.
wanted since I was a little girl.
You bought Sean Cassidy.
No, I wish. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. What the f- is that? This show's still so funny.
Good anticipating.
What is that?
Yeah, there it is.
It's a cat.
Unagi.
What the was that?
Yeah.
A lesson in the importance of unagi.
Salmon skin roll.
You're a
I mean, yeah, it's funny. You can only imagine what she called
At
him.
what point during those girlish screams would you have begun to my ass?
All right, so we weren't prepared.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I had to take such
done there.
drastic measures to make my point, but I just
Well done
want
there.
you guys to be safe.
Yep, that's good stuff.
Danger!
I can't see that shit.
Oh my God, did you see The Apprentice last night?
Of course. It's on every
When they
Thursday
convinced
night, so
Dwight
how could I
it's
miss it?
Friday
Can you
instead
believe
of
who
Thursday.
No, that was unbelievable.
Who was it? Who did
You didn't see it?
No. I went out and got drunk with my laser tag team last night. Crap.
Laser tag
Never
team.
go out on a Thursday night with
was I thinking? You could have burned down the whole building.
I just want to say for the record, I did not anyone.
Michael, you're all set about it, Botticelli's. I changed the reservation to 2 people.
Here, look.
Which is so funny. Hold on, time out. Because that's Erin. She's like the sweetest and most wholesome person in the whole world. And she was like, yeah!
Today,
It's good stuff.
is gonna save lives.
Oh my gosh.
5K means 5 kilometers, not 5,000 miles.
Oh my god.
Hey.
That's fair. That's a good reaction. It should be.
So you have an office and a workspace.
I do. You know, I cannot in the same space that I conduct business. I'm sure.
Oh, I hate you, Jan. I hate
Body.
Well done
Body.
there, Josh.
What does the first B stand for?
Oh my gosh. Here
What are we doing?
We're making
Anything with
acronyms. Okay. What does the first B stand for? I like it.
Michael is a great delegator. He never does any work himself, ever. And one time I walked in on him naked, and is so small.
Yeah.
I think the main difference between me and Donald Trump is that I get no pleasure out of saying the words "you're."
What? It just keeps
He just
going.
makes people sad, and an office can't function that way. No way.
In the wild, there is no healthcare. In the wild, healthcare is, ow, I hurt my leg. I can't run. A lion me, and I'm dead. Well, I'm not dead. I'm the lion.
Great practical joke, Jim. Got me go to the annex.
Oh god, here we go.
I have this crazy thought that I know is crazy. That maybe Dwight my cat.
Time out. Pause it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Time out. Hold the phone. Oh my gosh. I wasn't expecting that one. Oh no, the suicide episode. Here we go.
Fancy word for feeling bummed out?
Dwight, you ignorant.
Okay?
That is
No,
the
they don't
way
understand who they
you're
have.
supposed to do
You're
it,
interrupting me.
idiot,
I am trying to
idiot,
get your back. I'm
idiot,
trying to. Are you
idiot.
calling me an idiot? You talk to me that way. You pathetic, short. You don't have any friends or any family or any land.
I was
already land. It's still
by an
so
alien
funny.
life force, an ALF, ALF. You know, I might have actually been by ALF.
Oh, well, don't tell me that he's really changed since you guys.
Oh, are you joking?
Michael told me a little bit about it, but
This can turn the office so raunchy.
I have never, ever or wanted to do anything resembling Michael. Ever. Not ever, not now, not then, not now, not ever, ever.
I've noticed how you look at him at the office.
Oh, Angela, you're such a. Jan's worse.
Oh. Adorable, right?
Gender neutral.
I walked in on someone in the bathroom.
What?
I just walked in on
His
someone in the
reaction's so funny. I just walked in somebody on the bathroom.
The guy we're meeting with?
It's fight or flight. He just got to get the out of there. Dude, we are for sure. That's definitely a reoccurring segment because that's so funny. We could do that for so many things. Imagine doing sports. Or ridiculous sports.
My original idea was children's shows.
Blippy?
I was
doing Blippy or Bluey or
I had
or
a Bluey like
Rocket Power
I had a
for the
Bluey.
people that watch our show that actually grew up in our time.
I got my kids into Rocket Power recently. They're about it.
Dude, Rocket Power was the Hey Arnold. Rugrats. Imagine these little babies walking around in their diapers,
just cursing
just cussing up a storm, talking like
fun.
sailors. Yeah, dude, that's a good one.
That's gonna be.
I
a good
like
one.
that one a lot, man.
Well, so final impressions. What are you giving it?
I'm gonna stick with a 4. It's a good beer. You know, we've been here before. We've been to the brewery before. So obviously, I wanted to pick one that I don't think either one of us had tried.
I have not.
Going back to the brewery, check them out. Brew Lab 101.
Brew Lab 101 in Rio Rancho.
I don't know the address. Check them out. They got stuff going on all the time.
Yep.
Great people, great vibes, good place, even kid friendly. They got this giant chalkboard where kids can draw and mess around, and it's just a good time. I think it's good people, and it's a fun time. I actually really like the brewery. I'm happy that it's also super local here in Rio Rancho.
Yeah, they're a cool place. You definitely go check them out. Yeah. So that was a fun episode. I had a good time.
Yeah, I actually had a really fun time. You did a good job on those.
Dude, we're gonna do that again.
Unnecessary censorships. They were hilarious.
Until next time, be nice, be safe. I don't know, other sign-off cheesy things.
Yep.
I'm Josh Waters.
I'm Jeremy Rasmussen, and we're going on a beer hunt.